Hi everyone. Let's get this set up and get started. See how that is. Gonna be doing BoltAction tonight. I've got a display case that I've got to, well, basically glass shelves and everything, and yeah, it's I want to take the glass shelves out and put actual like display shelves in and stuff. So I've already done one in the past, which was me Bows and Badges display base that I did. That sat in there nicely. So I want to do all different ones. So there'll be different display boards and everything else going up. So yeah, that's the plan. So I've already pre-cut the MDF display board bases, if you like. The same size as the glass shelves. So do everything on here and just hopefully slide it straight in. So we'll see, because it all depends on, well, providing I've got measurements right. But I have already tested it. So I've already tested the actual shelf fit. So that's quite good. So let's get started, shall we? Let's see how we go. So yeah, hey, get the camera switched down and get cut on. BoltAction that I'm going to be doing based on is a British paratroopers. Some of these are finished, some obviously, as you can see, still need a bit more finishing off, but yeah, so I've got to try and incorporate. I mean, obviously, this isn't all of them. I've just got these down for scale reference and stuff while I'm building it, but try and create some sort of scene, like maybe possibly a ruined building of some sorts, maybe a bunker, or it just depends on how much we can actually fit on, whether we can fit maybe a bit of a trench on, or something like that. So let's get these shifted out of the way. So I'll probably need these for scale reference quite a lot. So I was gonna need glue back. Oh yeah, I didn't glue them ones on properly because I haven't finished the bases. That's me. If you've been following me on Facebook or anything like that in the past, we're crazy crap miniatures and stuff. You'll have probably seen some of them. I would do this normally out of bobbly polystyrene, but I think I've actually run out of it, so I'm gonna have to use this XPS thick stuff. I've got some thinner stuff as well. Some thin, I believe that's 5mm. Yeah, 5mm thick grey XPS, and I've got some offcuts of 10mm XPS as well. Should have plenty to go at. See how much we can get done tonight. Hopefully, because might have to get some more dash clear as well, so that I can. Essentially, I suppose I could use. So I've got some milliput, so I could. Hey buddy, how we doing? I've got some milliput, so I could potentially sculpt my sandbags out of that. Oh, I've got some green stuff as well, so that's alright. But if not, I'll just get some XPS. No worries, buddy. Thanks for dropping in and that. You working long today? So I suppose key factor is where I'm doing the trenches, because they need to be high enough that they give me enough cover, but low enough that you can actually see them on the display. Because I don't want them being that far down that you can't actually see the models. Can't defeat the object. So yeah, so we get a bit. I'm thinking I might put this in the back corner and sort of block it out from here. Get this done. It needs to be very rough at the moment. I suppose I should really use my prox on, shouldn't I? Should really. I'll quick see if he's plugged in. Just move this up. Give it a quick cut. Just have to move this to one side. A lot of stuff in the way today, so be doing my projects on Twitch as well, so we go. Save that bit for later. I'd say it's done out to perfectly straight with it, because probably just put it on the other hand, they can always straighten it up afterwards. So here we go. I am probably have to build this up somehow. Maybe put a slight slope on the front, drop down, and then bring the back up higher. So I may need another piece here. Might have to build that up with this stuff there. Could potentially do like a channel going backwards, so you've got your trench coming in the front, and then do a channel going, do like a supply trench. They could even have like a bit of like a wooden plank coming over the top, so these could actually be lower. And maybe have a, not necessarily a full building, but like part of a building going across, just so that it gives that backdrop effect, if you like. I've got to be careful because of the height wise as well, because obviously the higher I go, the less space I'm going to have in the shop. So put that one there. Yeah, let's get another piece. I can't make that one fit. There we go. It's going to be quite a fairly big one, because obviously I've got to make all like the cladding for the sides, like the panelling, stuff like that. So yeah, it's going to be quite a bit to do. The front edge, let's use some of these, I think. It's not quite long enough. Might have to piece it. Yeah, probably have to piece that bit, but that's fine. Right, so cocktail sticks. I know I've got some around here somewhere. There we go. A lot of people tell you not to use super glue on foam because it melts it, and it does melt it, but for quickness and the fact that you're not actually going to see this part, you probably should super glue that in. Even though it melts it, it's not going to be an issue. So, pencil. few drops of this on. That's stuck. And then when the like PVA glue, which I'm using wood glue because it's a faster dry. Yeah, obviously it's Gorilla, so it's always quite good. I mean, I do have some cheaper PVA glues and that, but Mod Podge work quite well for this, I reckon. But it's water resistant, and that's once that actually sets, it'll take over the job of the super glue. That's on the side. Now, in order to do this trench area here, the supply trench, same with the trench at the front. This one's going to be narrower than the front one, so that you can stack more, but you still need to allow a fair size gap, because obviously you've got to remember that this is just the building of it. You've got the cladding and like ladders and whatnot else going in, so you need to leave probably, I'd say, roughly one and a half to two models width bases. So just toss those, make sure that's, I've got two. Yeah, so it should do nicely there. So just mark that out. The same with this one. Like I say, you're not going to see any of this because it's all going to be covered up eventually anyway, so. So what little it does actually melt the foam on the bottoms, not going to make any difference. Just means you continue working and get the job done quicker. Right, same with this one. And you cut to the sticks just to give it a bit of extra strength in there. Push it through. Clean the edges. Just set them out a sec. Yep. Right. So now we've got the supply. So I'll just put an ST for supply trench. Now we just need to work out roughly how much trench wise you're going to have here, if it's going to be the same as that or if you're actually going to make it wider, and then how much area there is at the front. Now I was thinking about having it sloped down to the front, but the only issue that I might have with that is if I want to put any models on, the slope's going to be probably too steep, so they're just going to fall. So it might be better for me to do a trench in the middle, probably the same as that one, and have more of a gradual slopes, and then the work fall over, which could potentially be better. So yeah, we'll do that. As you can see, I've had no plans. I just knew I wanted to do the project, but I've actually got no plans of how I'm actually going to do this project yet. So yeah, doing as I go along. It's quite a lot on projects, to be honest. Usually end up just being off the top of my head, no real plans, except for the general idea. Let's do that one like that. Main trench is done. Obviously I'm going to be putting probably either foam board or EPVC for the sides, just to block it in a little, so neaten it up and that, make it look nice. The edges won't matter so much. I'm just wondering whether to do it in this or yeah, I might do it in this stuff actually for the front edge. Yeah, do that because then I can build it up to, yeah, this guy's about the tallest. I probably need another one. So I'll try and see how hard to put it. You know, it looks alright because it's roughly, it's a bit hard to show you, but I'll see if I can. It's roughly said that it's like that, so you can, it just sees his eyes over the top. I know it's not quite as deep as a trench would be. It's just sort of to give you the feel of it being a trench as such. And obviously by the time you put sandbags as well on top, it'll give you that extra little bit of height as well, so that's quite good. Right, so with this I need to I'm just getting the grid down. from. So you can see it melts when the super glue hits it. It does melt the foam, but let's say you're not going to notice it too much because it's all going to be covered up and stuff anyway. It's just to basically give me a substructure. Hey Reese. Let's get a new piece on here. Our piece is full then, so I can do this one now. Just do this one, trim it down. Like it there. Just move this to one side sec. Right, lovely. What I'm doing, I'm building a display board for my BoltAction British paratroopers. I'm just basically building the substructure up at the moment. I've got my supply trench there, another trench here which is the extra width, and then once I've got all this in, I can start shaping down like where the trenches are going to be, where I put everything else. Just basically trying to get all the structure built up high enough so that I can just carry on working from there. A bit like the World War II trenches I did for the 4 foot long ones I did. So that's going to be cut across there. quite nicely. Try and move this in shot a little more, so you can see a bit better. There we go. Right, let's stick a few cocktail sticks in while it dries. It shouldn't move with the super glue, like, but just in case. Right, so that's essentially the substructure for the landforming really done, really, because this section here I'll be using some of the CDM gaming products on it's called mud fields. Absolutely fantastic stuff. I used it on the last trenches I did. It sets rock hard and that, and it really makes it look realistic on the bottom for the mud and that. I'll be using, once I've sculpted this down, I'll be using some sculptor mold stuff from, it's not sculptor mold, it's modelling compound. Got some from Geek Gaming Scenics. Not used it before. I've used sculptor mold, but not the modelling compound from Geek Gaming Scenics. So I'm looking forward to actually trying that and seeing how that sets, because from what reviews that I've seen, it sets rather quicker than sculptor mode, so we'll give that a try and see how that works. And obviously there's various other products from there's a lot of products from CDM Gaming that's going to be included in this, but there are some other products from other companies, but I'll mention them as I go along, you know, when I come to using them stuff. So next part for me to do while I'm waiting for that is to actually measure and make some of the panels to go on the sides. You know, what game? Well, for this, the game system, it's BoltAction from Warlord Games. World War II stuff like. So yeah, I need to make some trench walls. So I need to do the wood paneling. I'll even need to do some corrugated iron is the word I'm looking for. Bits like that, and I'll also have to do some sandbags to go on it as well, ready to go on it. So yeah, I think the first thing I need to do is do some get some strips of corrugated iron done. But I've got some cardboard which I've stripped down already. Getting different sizes. This is probably slightly on the big side. Mind you, I don't know. Yeah, I suppose get away with it. It's not ideal. I mean, I would like some. I'll have to see if I've got some that's got a bit of a thinner corrugation on it. If not, I'll just I'll find some. But I think what I'll do for that is I'll cut some strips down. So I need to measure starts going to cut down a bit, so you see doing with 3.5 centimeters. Should give me plenty to play with. Then if I need to trim them down a bit more, I've got plenty of room to manoeuvre. I will be bringing out a video this week on the channel. I was hoping to bring it out last week, but a couple of things cropped up. But I will bring it out this week, and should hopefully be a fairly decent one. It might be worth, if you're not subscribed or whatever, it might be worth to just subscribe and check the videos out when they pop up. I've got a lot of projects that I want to get done, so there's plenty for me to go at. Strips of that. So obviously I will be using full strips, so I'll be cutting them up to make them smaller and placing them in between and stuff. So that's them prepped. I need to do the so for the paneling for the side, I'm going to be using some balsa wood, just because it's really easy to get details in, and it stains really well if you use actual wood varnish. It stains it really well, so you don't have to waste your washes and that, because you can buy a big tub of wood varnish for next to nothing. So scar this up so it gives it more of a wood grain texture. If you can see that, I'll bring it up, see if you can. There we go. See how it gives you a bit more of a. We're going to 10 that likes. There you go. So it gives you that nice, real nice wood grain. Alright, so these want to be same sort of length as these. So I'll just give it a rough cut. Don't have to be exact measurements because, as we all know, World War II, there was any planks to get their hands on. So some would have been shorter, some would have been longer. Once we've done that, we'll just strip them down into planks. His tablet died. So I've got some planks. I'm probably gonna need a lot more than that, but it's not a problem. Let's go sort of size. That's some of the big ones. Nicely. One of the biggest key things with balsa wood is try and make sure that you actually go the same way as the grain when you're doing the brush, because if you, otherwise it don't give the grain. Like on this, I don't know if you can see it. There's, if I go there, you see the pattern. There. You see the pattern where it's like these ones, the lines are going that way, but on that one, the lines are going like opposite, going this way. So obviously when I come to, thank you. So when you come to doing the scoring of it, you need to follow the grain, because if you go against it, it just messes it up and it don't look right. I'll just show you quickly on this one. See how I've done the grain and I've followed the actual grain, where on that side you can see the grain goes that way. So I'm just going to scout that way and show you the difference. You can still do it, but You see the difference. It does give you a grain, but it's going against the actual grain of the wood itself. So if you do it that way, it's a lot easier and you get better finish. So for this one, obviously I'm going to cut them, but I'm going to cut them because this is going the opposite way. I'm actually going to cut these longer and then that way, if that makes sense. So basically I can alternate the planks however I want to do it. What's my favourite game? I'd have to say probably Lord of the Rings. Purely because I've played it more than any of the others. Wasn't the first game system I started out on. I started out on Warhammer 40k. Way back in like 2nd edition. Show me age now. But I mean, I play Blood Bowl, Lord of the Rings. I'm planning on getting into Kill Team for both Age of Sigma and Warhammer 40k. I quite like the Antares stuff from Warlock games as well. There's a lot of stuff really. D&D, loads of them. Well, a lot of wins for you as well, is it, Race? I'm surprised at that. I thought you would have said Warhammer 40k. Or even Blood Bowl. Right, so I need a container for these now. Yeah, that'll do. You're all then ready for later. Probably still gonna need some more, but we'll see. We'll see how we do. Right. This should, yeah, feel secure now, so just need some snips. Just cut these off. Remember last time I did the trenches, I ended up stabbing myself no end of times. Wasn't a pleasant experience to end up feeling like a pincushion. Few cast words came out anyway. Warhammer is number 2. Oh wait. That's definitely surprised me. There we go. That's that fixed. Right. Yeah, just gonna turn it over and sort of clean it up a little. Just so that it's not massively overhanging. Still neating it up later properly. doing this like a a series. So each live stream I do on YouTube, I'll be basically doing this until completion. And I stream also on Twitch Monday and Fridays. Monday same time as YouTube, 7 o'clock. Obviously 7 o'clock UK time. And Fridays is at 9 o'clock UK time at night. I'm currently doing working on my Blood Bowl stadium build on that one. It's a full custom build. Gonna have all like lights and stands, field goals, scoreboards, and all that sort of stuff. So it's looking to be quite a good project, that one. Right. So I know that one's overhand slightly, but I can get away with that for now. So I'll clean that up after. It's just those bits need to be a bit chopped down. Right, so this needs beveling. This one, I think I need to add more onto that, make it higher, because at the minute, I don't know. Yeah, do another 2. And I can just shape that as if it's coming down to that. So I'll do another 2 layers onto this. Obviously this one won't need shaping because that's going to get, I might just chop the corner off slightly. Let's get these 2 glued on. Just a couple more of them in. I will just check this corner edge off. Just so that when it comes round to putting the stuff on, I can actually get the curve properly without having to do like full butt up. Right, so this one I need to trim this down because it's got to come down a bit. So let's see. Have I played Fortnite? No, I haven't. But I am planning on it. So where to do that pencil. You know, I can see where that's coming in there. Same as there. And I can sort of bring that up to the top. Bring it up to the top. Something I do need to get is a hot wire cutter, a handheld version, to make this job easier. So I've just got my procs on at the minute, and obviously I don't have a handheld version, which would definitely make this job a lot easier than having to try and carve it like this. Especially this XPS stuff, it's quite tough stuff really. I said normally I'd use that bobbly polystyrene, but seem to have run out. The reason I picked my YouTube name is basically because I need to change the name from my last channel, Cursed Craft Miniatures, something that was a bit more catchy, describing me better, because favourite animals, wolves, and obviously hammer, the hammer part is because a lot of what I do is crafting, like terrain and stuff. So it's like forging it. So yeah, I was just gonna have Warhammer, but it won't let me have that. So that's why I went Warhammer Gaming, because obviously I am going to be doing games as well. So that's pretty much it. Right, so let's give me basic sort of land farming there. Video games? No. I mean, I do play video games, but it won't be video games on this channel. So, tabletop gaming stuff. At least for now, anyway. So, I need to probably come at that sort of angle, I think. Just wondering if it'd be better to try to pass that through the peroxide, but don't think that I'll get the angle. I might just have to do it with the blade. try and keep it in shop here. Something like that anyway. You see he's got, so I'll probably have to cut more of the slope because I think that's going to be a bit too steep. I'll just close some of this up first. Let's give it a quick test. But these should be too bad because I'm going to base these on heavy bases anyway. But yeah, I think they're going to be a bit. Yeah, they need to be a little bit more shallow. Plus, there will be points on it where I'm going to do like bomb blasts inside, so I'll need to cut them out as well. So when I do like the house section on the back here, just get the house sort of thing that I'm sort of aiming for. One sec. So yeah, this is obviously for a different project, but it's the general idea of what I'm going for. With like but I'll be doing it myself. Because obviously this is a full house. I don't want like I'm only gonna go for like part of it. So essentially, you're gonna have sort of like the corner, if you like, just so that you've got. So you've got like a backdrop, and I might actually do like where this corner's straight. I might actually do that so it's like a bomb blast there, so it looks like it's work away the building. I've also got these what I used on my trenches when I did the trenches, 4 foot long trenches. I got these are from BoltAction, great little product. Absolutely loved these before when I used them on trenches. They're basically trees that look like the blasted trees, so they're really good. You put them in. You use the compound that I use from CDO Gaming in Woodfields, and you put it in, and it just sets really well. So I've got a few of these, all different sizes and stuff. So probably only use a few of them, but and I've got some barbed wire from CDM Gaming as well, which is quite good. So I'll be able to make some head jugs, check head jugs, and barbed wire and stuff like that, and put them along the front here. Yeah, so there's going to be quite a lot of detail in this, but once you get like this sort of land, sort of the farming done and stuff like that, that's when you really start adding a lot of detail. it really starts taking shape. I will probably do some little puddles in places, like with epoxy resin, just to make it look like woody puddles in spots. I also want to get one of me maybe one or two of my BoltActions men, and convert them so that they've got like a parachute on, and I'm gonna have them so with just for the like diorama sort of thing purposes, and I'm gonna have them to look like the parachuting in. Where they'll fit yet, I'm not exactly sure. So obviously I'm not going to put my entire BoltAction army on this, only so much of it. But essentially I want to be able to, especially with this piece, I want to be able to put that on the back there. So I may have to just fill out some of this a little bit, but I want to put this on the back here, so I've got like the house with the bomb blast there, and then be able to actually stand that so it looks like it's firing over. May even possibly switch it with that one, I don't know yet. Might see, maybe. Yeah, probably put that one there. Playing FIFA. What's that on, Reese? Is that on Xbox? Right, so got pretty much the basic landform, but I've got this is very alright, nice. Don't mind a bit of FIFA. This is very straight here, and if you actually look at real trenches, the balls aren't like perfectly straight. They're actually in at the top slightly. Now, when I did my trenches before, I actually did them the opposite. I did them out, because otherwise it's more like a V rather than an upside down, because when you're game playing you need to be able to get in and move your models about and whatnot. But because this is more for display, I could bring them in at the top, so it's like, because as I would do it, so they actually had spots to hide and stuff. But I still think that's gonna restrict how I put the models in as such. So what I'm thinking is, rather than cutting them outwards or even inwards, I'm just gonna leave them dead straight, just so that it gives that sort of more of a look of the fact that it's encroaching over the top. Because then I can put the sandbags sort of hanging over slightly, so it gives me that similar sort of look. You've played FIFA 13. That's an old one, that. So, I think the next step for me to do will be to, because I'm not even worried about this jagged edge here, because obviously when I put the compound on and stuff like that, it should fill all that, those gaps in and make it nice and hard and tough anyway. So what I do need to do is I need to shape this down a bit more at the front. This back block's probably high enough, it's probably good enough, and this is fine as it is, this back section here, because obviously I need some flat areas to actually place models on. So yeah, I'll just trim that bit off there because it was a bit too. So right, I'll you also have 3 for 12. Nice. Right, what I'll do is I'll go for a quick 5 minute break, guys. I'll come back. We'll get the shaped up at the front, and hopefully we should be able to get some compound on tonight. And yeah, get the compound done over this and this. Then it's got a chance to set, and I may possibly, depending if I've actually got any available of me at the moment, which I'm not sure I have. If I've got any midfielders, I might put that down as well, so that it's got all the time to set. One thing I do want to mention is a really good tip is if you're doing anything like a basing product, or if you're doing any basing stuff, or any builds really where you're doing like PVA glue or anything that needs time to dry, you've got to prop it up so that it don't stick to your surface. One of the best things I've found is actually one of my friends gave me this. It's an plastic egg tray. I use that, and then you just sit that on top, and then any glue that drips down just drips down on this, so it stops it from sticking. And obviously put some tissue down and stuff, and it stops it from this sticking to, because it's a very low contact point, so it's a really good thing to have. You can use just like blocks or whatever, but if you can get your hands on one of them, well worth getting your hands on. So right, I'll go for a quick break. I'll have to put on my stream starting screen because I haven't done like an intermission sort of break one at the moment. I'm still working on it. So I'll put on that, and then I'll come back in about 5 minutes, guys. Guys, I'm back. So it took a bit longer. I need to get some water and some plastic cups to do the modelling compound. So we'll get the rest of this cut up at the front. Get the slurp a little bit more, so it makes it a bit easier, especially because obviously I've got to cut a bit more away, so when I put the modelling compound it gives it room. But you could do it with because when I originally did my trenches, I did it with plaster, wall filler. I did it with that and put it on, so it made it harder, but it's still. I reckon you could have chipped it if you'd have tried hard enough. So I'm hoping this modelling, because it was only a real light thin coat, where I'm hoping this modelling compound is going to be a bit stronger in that sense, because it'll be a bit thicker. So yeah, get some more cut away. But I thought about this sort of I would have not put those sticks in so close to the front. I just got 2 goals, nice one. Just got to just go down that gap and just pars it out. So if you're doing a project like this, I suggest make sure when you put your cocktail sticks in, you don't put them too close to the edge where you gotta cut. Maybe a good idea. That's looking a bit more. Obviously the easiest way would just be to do this, leave it to dry, and then actually use a hot wire cutter, a handheld one. You get a lot better finish and a lot less mess and held a lot quicker as well. But you see how I've got more of a gradual slope now this time. Let's get rid of some of these rough edges, but you've got more of a slope. So when I put the modelling compound, it should quite good for the actual miniatures to stand on. So if I want to make it look like the miniatures are coming over the top of the trenches, making a charge as you like. So, right, I think next step now is, I think that should be shallow enough. Yeah, with dab it's still, cause that's quite smooth as that, so that's why it's sliding down. But I can pretty much put him anywhere on there. So if I want to do them so there's like a few of them charging from over the top and whatnot, should look quite good. Obviously I've got some small ladders to build eventually to put up here, to going over the sandbags and that. Right, got some modelling compound, Geek Gaming Scenics. Get this mixed up and yeah, it's far one. Nice. So got some of this put in here. I'm not entirely sure how much I'm gonna need, so we'll just get a batch mixed up and take it from there. I know it's got to be like consistency of I think someone, I can't remember who it was who said it, but someone said like a cottage cheese. So we'll see how it goes. And I'll have to put a bit more in that because I think I've got a bit too much water in that. Yeah, let's get some more in. Oh, you could just dump the whole lot like I just have. Great stuff. Well, that's how you make mistakes. If you can do it wrong, make sure you do it wrong properly. There's way too much in here now. I had a good note. At least I know should have more than enough for what I need here. Let's clean some of this up. That'll do. That looks about right, I think. Like I said, I've not actually done this stuff before, so just get it slapped on. Your fingers in. Well, a good thing about this stuff is certainly gives you a bit more control over actual, like, the shape of how you want the land to actually form. Let's get the standing out. So grab that. We've got to start setting that. We'll push it around a bit after. And this bit doesn't need to be perfect either, because obviously I will be putting more stuff on top, so it's just about getting like the shape rather than anything. Like that. Put a bit on there. See if I've made too much. I wasn't planning on doing the tops of these, but not going to waste it. Just get the last bit out. Right. So that's let's leave that set now. Probably leave that till next stream, I think. Because I'm definitely gonna have to clean my desk up. But yeah, I'll leave that till next stream, and then when I come back next Wednesday, what we'll do is I'll get the rest of the materials ready that I need to get ready, and I may even get some sandbags and stuff done, and the cladding around the sides and that ready for, because obviously I can't do the mud fields in the middle until the walls are on, and stuff like that. So once I get them on, then I can start looking at putting the mud fields, the basic texture paint in there, to give the actual the main cost of the base, and then I'll be able to put some over the top, and then I can actually start working on where I'm gonna put my craters and stuff for the bomb blast. But yeah, I'll wait for this to dry about 20 minutes or so, and I'll mess about with it a little bit more tonight. But hopefully next time we come back on stream, we'll be able to crack on with the next stage of it. So massive thank you to everyone who's joined me on my first YouTube live stream. Really appreciate it, and hopefully it's the start of many more streams, more hobby modelling stuff, painting. Like I said, there will be a video out this week on my actual YouTube channel. If you do feel like jumping over and watching some more of my streams and stuff. I will be streaming this Friday at 9 o'clock UK time at night, which will be my Blood Bowl build, which is starting to come along quite nicely. And yeah, so I think all that's left to really say is don't forget to give us a like if you've liked it. Subscribe to the channel, share it about if you know anybody who might be interested, and click the notification bell as well, guys, because it'll give you obviously notifications when videos come out. It'll also give you notifications for when I go live on Wednesdays as well. So yeah, thank you everyone, and I'll see you all hopefully Friday on Twitch if you decide to go on there. If not, hopefully I'll see you next Wednesday. So I'll catch you later, guys. Cheers.